What's up? Michelle here, and in this video I'm going to be discussing how using gratefulness and mindfulness can really help depression. Now I just want to say that if you are really struggling right now, you might be getting some suicidal thoughts, you might be feeling like you want to give up tonight, feeling hopeless, please just watch this video and I really do hope that it can help in some way. Now, I'm not one of those get rich quick gurus or, I'm going to take all your problems away, people. I'm not like that. I'm not going to lie to you. Things are difficult and it does take time, but things always get better. Nothing stays the same forever. You might be asking who I am. Well, I'm Michelle Therese. I'm a published author. I'm a mental health campaigner. But more importantly, I'm somebody who's survived numerous suicide attempts. I've been through severe depression and I've survived an abuse scandal that nearly killed me. When I was a kid, I was locked up for nearly 5.5 years in a NHS mental health trust. I was subjected to a lot of abuse, which came out in the newspapers and stuff. When I was released, I got very little help, and I was just plummeted into severe depression and hopelessness. I used to stab myself. I used to cut myself with razors, knives. But I don't do that now. I get my down days, really down days, but I never think about giving up. Why? Because when you really slow down and look at the beauty of life, it just, you don't want to give up when you see the beauty of life, And I just hope that this video can make a change, and I hope that it helps, So I'll start off by saying, go back to that slow down. My first bit of advice is to slow down. We live in a very hectic, fast-paced society. Everyone's glued to the phones. I mean, I'm using my phone now. But what I really mean is everybody isn't focused on anything around them. People are walking about glued to the phones like that. They're not looking at the trees. They're not even enjoying the weather. They're not speaking to others. It's just glued to the phone. And whatever they're doing on that phone, it can wait, while they're looking at the surroundings, 50, 40 years ago, we didn't used to have mobile phones. People actually used to, go out and speak to other people and, sit in parks and read newspapers, go and feed the birds, actually really absorb the moment. And that's what I'm trying to say. You need to really live in the moment. You might have a lot of racing thoughts, like, what, I can't cope with this eviction, or I can't cope with the money, universal credit, my partner or my ex-partner, divorce, breakup, suicide, all of that, things can be tough. The life isn't fucking easy, and it's quite normal to get sucked up into really worrying about these things every single day, but all you can do and the best you can do is focus on today, and it's okay to feel the way you do. You shouldn't feel embarrassed, you shouldn't feel like you're not normal, or you shouldn't feel belittled. Never let anyone else say to you, it's wrong to feel depressed or it's wrong to feel suicidal, because that's not nice. We're humans. If you're a man or if you're a woman, it doesn't matter. Everyone has depression. Everyone struggles, some more than others. Some to more, some different degrees of depression than others. But, at the end of the day, everyone needs help and a bit of advice and support. What helped me when I was a couple of years ago, well, more than that, about 4 or 5 years ago, when I was just laying in my flat, just starving myself, going in and out of consciousness, cutting myself. What got me out of that is I realised that nobody else can feel my pain. I'm living for me now. I'm a published author. I've got many books. I make quite a lot of money from the sales of my books. I've got true friends, and I live in the moment. My suggestion is to maybe make a list of things to do. Start small. If you're not eating, maybe make a list. Like just 1 or 2 things a day, such as cook, a microwave meal. Have something to eat and maybe wash the dish. Doesn't sound like much, but it's a good start. It's getting you up, it's getting you eating, and it's getting you to achieve something. And that sense of accomplishment can really make you feel good about yourself. Like you look at that list and think, what, I did that today. I didn't just lay in bed. I actually got up and got myself a microwave meal and I ate today. Or something similar. It could be speak on the phone today, or it could be go for a short walk today if you're isolating yourself. But I just want to say that there's going to be no race. Don't ever pressure yourself. Don't say, you know what, I still feel the same in 6 weeks' time, you know, or look, my other friend had depression and, you know, they're okay in 2 months. Everyone's different and everybody's journey is different. You know, it's not a race. You know, mental health is the most important thing, you know, and it's horrendous, the state of mental health care in this country. I mean, that's what I'm passionate about, you know. I'm passionate about everybody getting fair treatment and appropriate nurturing care in the system. You know, there's mental hospitals in the UK that are keeping people trapped up for decades, and there's people that are being abused in the system. And I genuinely want to make a change, you know, I genuinely do. So you are cared for. Whoever you are watching this video, I might not know you personally, but I do care about you in the sense of I don't want you giving up, and I want you to keep going. I want you to keep fighting, you know, because I'm sorry that you've probably asked for help and you're not getting it. But I'm trying to do something about that. Just want to say that you never know what's round the corner either. You know, nothing stays the same. Like I said, 5 years ago, I was in and out of prison. I was cutting myself with razors. Fast forward 5 years, kind of self-employed. I've got a lot of good friends. And I've got a lot of sense of accomplishment in my heart. But that didn't happen overnight. It took a lot of effort and it took a lot of self-belief. So I think the first step is believing that things are going to get better. You know, when you're in the midst of depression, you might keep telling yourself it won't get better. But you need to not say that to yourself. From now on, it's going to be, I'm going to get through this. You know, and I want you to tell yourself that. Every time you're feeling like just starving yourself, or every time you feel like giving up, I want you to say to yourself, I'm going to get through this. I will do it. I'm worth it and I can do this. Because you can. You know, all humans are capable of it. It's self-belief and it's that determination. Things are, you know, things are hard. And it's been really, really hard recently with this pandemic and, you know, all the evil Tory government and, you know, mental health services being slashed and charities being... I mean, there's a rape charity centre that got shut down in Leeds. It's abysmal what this government is doing. And I can imagine the hopelessness that goes through a lot of people. I get it. But people like me and all the other people that are doing similar stuff to me, I do care. And I'm actually working on 3 books, but I'm actually working on a self-help book as well, which is, you know, like a book full of ideas, you know, to try and help people get through, you know, depression and suicidal thoughts, and like an inspirational book, like, you know what, yes, you can get through it. And I'm also working on an autobiography about exactly what happened to me during my childhood, how I got through it, and how I've achieved what I've achieved despite my circumstances. Humans are resilient, you know. People like Oprah Winfrey, for example, she had a horrendous life and she made it billionaire. Dolly Parton, for example, she had a kind of bad upbringing as well, and she made it. If you want to do something, you can do it, you know. You never know what tomorrow's going to bring. You might go out to the shop and meet a good friend. You know, you might meet someone who smiles at you, starts talking, get the number, could be a potential partner for life. You never know. I mean, I'm going to say this as well. Life is what you make it. You can either look at the world as half empty or you can see your glass half full. I was in prison and I spoke to a woman, and I'll never forget this, and I quote it a lot because it's really quite profound. I was talking about, so she was actually doing a life sentence in prison, and she was going to get out, and I think it was 8 years, and she said to me, I'm going to go to university, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and she had a very upbeat tone to her, and that right there is being free in your mind. She was behind 4 walls, but in her mind, she was free. She was making plans, she was being positive, she was never giving up, and she said that to me. She goes, you know, you can put windows... Let me quote this. She said, you can put me behind bars, but you can't put bars on my mind. And that's profound. And that applies to you. You know? You can do whatever you want to in this life. It's going to be difficult. you know, but I suggest don't overlook anything. Don't overlook anything. Every day I look forward to the little small things. You know, I've got Spotify, the music Spotify. And at the moment, I'm working on trying to listen to every single rap album between 1980 and the present, the present year. And it's taking its toll. But every day I try to listen to a full album from that. And it's just something to look forward to. And I look forward to a lot of different things. Like, there's seemingly small things, like there's these new coffees that have come out, and I like to drink those. I'm trying to cut down on coffee, but I go to the corner shop where I can get them from, and I look forward to having one every day. Just little things like that. You don't ever need to feel embarrassed for looking forward to something, and it's the small little things. Like, I think a lot of people overlook the beauty of life. There's so much you can do in this world, and you don't have to succumb to pressures, If you want to do something that no one else wants to do, well, that's up to you, and look forward to doing it. I was dissuaded by certain people for being a writer. They said, you won't ever make much money from it, or blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, I don't care about the money. I care about doing what my heart wants to do. And I just want to remind that to you as well. Yes, I'm looking at notes. But yeah, I just want to go back to that, the beauty of life thing, because that's really what helped me personally, and it's helped a lot of other people that I know that have suffered from, low mood, suicidal thoughts, depression, because it really lifts. And I think nature can help. I mean, to me, it doesn't help that much, but now and again it does. Going out and looking at different scenery instead of the same four walls, and actually saying, you know what, life's beautiful. The world's beautiful. We're on a rock, rotating around the sun and the moon in a space that's probably about 500 billion light years across. We don't know. It's expanding. Life's beautiful because we don't know much about life, but nothing stays the same. Nothing can stay the same. Even time itself will run out eventually. So the way you're feeling in a couple of weeks' time, you'll feel better. If you're still here, which I know you will be still here, keep going. I genuinely do care, and if you'd like, you can send me a message and I will speak to you, depending on what time of day it is. I'm in England. And, if you want to look up my books for some inspiration, I am over on Amazon. I'm on Medium. I write a lot of inspiring articles. That's free as well to read. And I just hope that some of what I've said helps you tonight. And I hope that, you know that you are going to get through this. That, a lot of other people have been through, terrible situations as well, and they've got through it. So whatever is making you feel this way is valid. Nothing's a competition. I'm not saying mine's worse than yours or anything like that. But I'm saying that the human mind is resilient. You're going to get through this because you're worth it. And you've got a lot of life and things to achieve in this life. But anyway, I'll let you get back to writing that list. Have you eaten today? What are you going to eat? Are you going to just eat a pot noodle? Are you going to eat a microwave meal, a bit of toast? You choose. Get it written down. And I hope you can achieve that for today. Because that's at least one thing you've eaten today, and that's the next thing. Maybe the next goal would be to get a bath or a shower or whatever. Make a list, and you can even get back to me and tell me how that list thing goes. Does it help? Does it not? Let me know in the comments. I hope that it makes a difference. Yeah, thank you for listening. I know it's probably been difficult to listen to all of this, but thank you for that. Thank you. And I care. And I'll be back with another video very, very soon. It's been Michelle Therese. People do care. I genuinely do. Good night. Until next time.